Just gonna go out for a little drive here. I'm bored out of my mind. Guess I didn't really put too much thought into this virus thing going on, because I've been in there watching YouTube videos of just all kinds of crap. And then I run onto one where Vegas Strip is shut down. That's kind of wild. All the casinos shut down like that. So I got the speedometer cable finally replaced on the car, so the speedometer started working. I kept hearing this weird clicking going on in the dash, couldn't figure out what it was, and it's the odometer is not moving. So something in there is broken or stuck. So I have probably 4 extra speedometer heads, so the complete speedometer itself. So I guess I'll go ahead and change it out, or at least take this one out and see what's wrong with it. Doesn't really matter to me on what the mileage reads, because everything's pretty much new at this point anyway. I rebuilt the engine, now the transmission's rebuilt. I'd almost like for it to be zeroed out. So this morning I drove to a store, grocery store in this, and when I started to leave the stoplight up there was a new Dodge Challenger that really took off on me. I guess he wanted to race me. I didn't do anything, and it's a good thing, because just a little ways up on the road, sitting in the median facing us, was the local police officer. So I don't know why he didn't bust that guy, because he was way speeding. Like, he went around me like an idiot. I was actually kind of laughing about it, because I really thought he was going to get pulled over for racing or driving erratic like that, and the cop didn't do anything. Another thing I've noticed, and I actually forgot about it, getting it out on the highway this morning, I've got a vibration coming from the back of the car, and I forgot that when I bought these tires originally, I put them on Monte Carlo SS rims. Well, the guy mounted and balanced the tires, and he told me one of the rims were bent. So I just planned on buying another SS Monte Carlo rim at that point. Well, I ended up selling the Monte Carlos, and I kept my tires in on the deal. So I had them mounted on the Grand National wheels, and the same damn tire, he said the rim's bent. So I personally think that the tire is messed up. Now, it's been too long. I bought them brand new, but it's been almost 2 years now, so there's no way I can get, Pep Boys to do anything about it. I wouldn't expect them to for it being that long. So I actually need to buy one new tire that matches these, and hopefully it'll balance. Yeah. I actually forgot about it until I got it out on the road, and I picked up the vibration, and I was like, what the heck is that? And then it kind of hit me. I was like, oh yeah. Because there's like wheel weights on almost all the way around the rim on the back. That's what I get for jumping project to project. I forget things. Nice day. It's just kind of gloomy and cloudy, rainy looking. I think it's probably 60-something degrees. That was kind of funny. I went to I hear all these stories about these people going to the grocery store and there's nothing on the shelves. I went to my grocery store, and some stuff they was out of and some stuff they had. But I ended up doing quite a bit of grocery shopping just in case it does get worse. Also, probably jumping the gun, but I've got my guns out. Cleaned them all up because they usually stay in a safe. Kind of nice to get them out, wipe them down a little bit, messing with them. I regulate my magazines. I keep a magazine loaded at all times. Every 4 or 5 months or so, I'll change the magazines out and unload the other magazine, load up another one. So I don't really know if it weakens the spring or not, but it's just something I do. I'm not a big gun guy. I mean, I grew up in Oklahoma. I mean, born and raised here, so I have guns. Well, I should say I have a few guns. I don't have I'm not a big super gun collector. My most cherished gun is a 30-30 rifle that my dad bought me when I was 15 for Christmas. I remember Christmas that year because I had a gift underneath the Christmas tree that was really heavy. It made a funny sound when you shook it. I didn't know what it was. So when I opened that gift on Christmas Eve, it was a box of ammo for a 30-30, and I looked at my dad and I was like, I don't have a 30-30, because up to that point I was using a 12 gauge with slugs, for deer hunting. And I turned around, when I look at him, and he's got this big grin on his face, and he reaches behind the chair and pulls out this 30-30, and it's got nice engraving on the stock and stuff, and it has actually a deer engraved on it and stuff. It's a really nice gun. Anyway, I ended up, when I was 17, my uncle was trying to sell some of his guns, and he had a 30-30 with a scope on it. And I talked to my dad and told him I'd like to have that gun, and so my dad ended up buying it for me from my uncle. And he told me, he said, well, I'll just take your other gun and use it. So I had actually forgot about that gun. And then about a year ago, my mom and dad showed up at my house and had the gun in the case, brought in there, and he said, do you want this? And I was blown away when I opened it up that gun was there. So I'm glad I got it back. It'll stay with me forever now, but I used to deer hunt all the time, every year, every season when I was a kid. It was like my thing to do. And I tell you, I couldn't hit the broadside of a barn when I was deer hunting. And my dad would just laugh at me. And finally, when I was 17, with that other gun that I got from my uncle, I actually run out of gas in my car coming back from a buddy's house when we went deer hunting. Well, I didn't want to leave my gun in the car and get stolen, so I carried my gun and I was walking home, and a deer was running right through the woods beside me, and it was a friend's property that we've known ever since we lived down at the lake where we were, and I knew they wouldn't mind if I shot a deer, so I actually shot that deer. And that's when I realized that deer hunting wasn't for me. Just not my thing, man. I used to enjoy it. I think I enjoyed getting out in the woods more than anything. That was the first and last deer I ever killed. And it's just not for me. That's all I can say about that. Drive by and see if my buddy Mark's home. Probably shouldn't be interacting with anybody with this coronavirus scare, but I'll just wave at him, I guess, if he's standing outside. He's got a pretty wicked sounding Z06 Corvette. Not sure what year it is, but it does sound healthy. It's kind of funny because all this area out here, this is my testing grounds for my cars. Whenever I build a car and take it out and start test driving, I always drive around out here. I don't think he's home. He's probably still at work. He's a pretty cool dude. I've known him for years from messing with Grand Nationals. And he got me a job about, I don't even know how long ago that was, 10 years ago maybe, something like that, working at an insurance company for automotive warranty type things. And it was like that aftermarket insurance you buy for a warranty for your car or whatever. I don't remember the name of it. And they needed help. And at the time I didn't have anything, I wasn't doing anything, so I took the job. And you get on the phone, you have a cubicle, and you got your own computer, and guys call you from mechanic shops. You've got to figure out whether you can cover the service or not. I tried to stick it out because of Mark, but I couldn't hang with it, man. It just wasn't for me. I've always been a grease monkey. Got to just work on cars. I can't just sell the insurance. I think he was pretty upset with me on that deal when I quit that job, but it wasn't for me, And it's kind of funny. I've never known what I wanted to be when I grew up, ever. And it's pretty much, a friend of mine brought it home to me there a few years ago. He's like, I think you're doing it, and it's just working on cars. So that's why I started my own business, Old Car Resurrection. And it's just a mobile service. That way I don't have to have a shop and pay for insurance and a lease on a shop, I just go to people's houses and work on their hot rods. It's kind of fun. Kind of slow right now. Of course, I don't have a lot of advertisement out there. I keep meaning to open a Facebook page. I just never have done it. Probably ought to do that. I need to get some vinyl made and put on the truck. But my truck is like the paint's coming off the bed, so I hate to spend money on vinyl signs for my business and then put it on a peel and paint truck. You know what I mean? I guess I could have a small one made and put in the back window of this. I kind of want to work out of this car a little bit because it has a trunk. My truck, when I load up all my tools, I just put them in the floorboard and in the seat. And this car, I'd actually have them in the trunk, and I'd be able to be locked in the trunk. I don't really know the point of this video. It's not really... I was basically getting out of the house, and I figured some of you subscribers might want to go for a ride with me or something, as corny as that sounds. I'm just bored. There's only so much YouTubing you can do, man. I do have a lot of channels that I watch, keep up with the guys, what they're doing and stuff, but sure wish I could pick up more subscribers to my channel. This tranny's working awesome, man. I'm happy with it at this point. It's great. I figured it up last night, and total in parts in my 204R overdrive rebuild on this car. This is counting the transmission fluid, the filter kit, the transgo shift kit with billet servo, and the clutches and the seals and all that, the rebuild kit and the wide second gear band. I've got $390 in it. I called 2 transmission shops a couple months ago, local ones, to get a quote on a rebuild. One was $1,200 and one was $1,500. I did it myself for $390. So far, it seems to be working. This curve up here, and I'll pull it down manually, and I'm not going to get on it. I still want to break the tranny in and just kind of drive it normal, and then I'll manually shift it so y'all can see. It might show up in the camera by a jolt of how this thing shifts from the 2.3 now. Overdrive. I'll go to drive, and here's 2. Feel that? Or see it, I guess. Sorry. building all my cars years ago, turbo 350s and turbo 400 3-speeds, that was my transmissions that I always went to, and I ran them with low gears. And I just didn't seem to mind, but you know, when you really think about it, an engine with a 3-speed tranny and like a 411 gear, you're running down the road, that engine is really working. Not to mention it's drinking a lot of gasoline. So the overdrives, after I did my very first 700R4 swap in one of my personal vehicles years ago, it was like, man, that's awesome. But I still like the old turbo 350s, man. I mean, they just seem like they last forever, especially behind a mild engine. And it's kind of funny, it's supposed to be like the easiest transmission in the world to rebuild, GM transmission. And I have never tried to rebuild one. I always had mine rebuilt by a transmission guy. And then I'd just turn around and go through and work on a 204R overdrive. It's supposed to be one of the most complicated 4-speed automatics. It's kind of crazy. I've always had that philosophy of, you know, if a man puts it together, I can put it together. I can fix it. You know? Which I'll say that to a certain extent. Happy with that tranny, man. It is very gratifying knowing that was that difficult of a job to do in my garage without the proper tools, and it just turned out to work. I'm pretty proud of that. Transmission building is not something I'd be interested in doing for other people, for sure. I don't have enough experience at it to even want to do it for somebody else. I've done a lot of shift kits in my time, though. I used to always shift kit my turbo 350s and 400s. Well, I kind of don't want to... Hang on, Bo. I kind of don't want to end the cruise just yet. I'm enjoying it. This car drives so fantastic. Tight. Now I got them adjustable shocks on the front of this car. I've got them set on extra firm, and it's not a harsh ride at all, but it's very tight. Like there's no body roll to it. You know, it's just stock Monte Carlo SS components on the chassis. I did put some urethane, you know, bushings on the sway bar front and the end-link kit as well. Ever drove a G-body that's like a base G-body, you know, that just has the little skinny front sway bar and that's it. If you bolt on the little jounce bars that go from the center frame cradle up to the outer, you know, front edge of the frame rails on each side, and you do a rear sway bar, you would be shocked of how well it just changes the whole characteristics of the way the car drives. I've always upgraded all my cars that way, all my G-bodies. Now we have companies, you know, UMI and others, Hotchkiss, and many others, Detroit Speed. Now you can buy better than stock, you know, beefier components, and to make them handle even better. So that's really cool. Looked up my air conditioning parts on O'Reilly's website this morning. Looking at the new dryer, the new orifice tube, and they actually sell an O-ring kit to reseal all the components in the AC system. Now my condenser and condenser and evaporator, I had those out of the car, and I put alcohol in them and let it, you know, sloshed around, let it soak. then after a few days, I dumped it out and turned it upside down to let it drain. And I actually had them hanging in my shed. And my shed gets very, very hot in summer, so I know it evaporated that alcohol out. But and I've had them capped ever since. So what I'm planning on doing is I've done it many times, just because I don't have the money to buy all new AC components. I'm just going to go ahead and reseal everything with new O-rings, and I'm going to run with the compressor that I got that's used. It's not locked up, and I'm going to run with the factory hoses. I'm just going to replace all the O-rings, put a new dryer and new orifice tube in it, and charge it up with 134A. It'll bring me in just shy of $100, and hopefully have working AC. I did it on my truck and it worked great. My truck air conditioning, I charged it last summer and it's still working. I didn't replace the hoses. No, wait, I did replace the hoses on the truck because one of them was leaking. When I charged it, the Freon was spewing out around when I started to charge it, I should say, it started spraying around one of the fittings on the rubber hose set. Always get the big tall 134A Super Tech from Walmart, because it's like $19.99 or something for a big can of it. And I think, if I remember right, it takes 2 of those tall cans to do a G-body, if I remember right, and 8 ounces of oil. I'll have to look that up again, because I forget stuff so easy anymore. Still recording. Yep, red dot's still flashing. If the recording actually just suddenly stops, that means it's probably run out of memory space or whatever, and I'm just going to go ahead and upload it no matter where it dies. It's just kind of not really a video I just planned on for any point at all. It's not like a test drive. I'm just getting out of the house and just going and driving. Just enjoying the car. You know, it kind of sucks when I've always been the builder instead of the driver. I actually like to just build the cars more than I do driving them. Although this car is a great thing to drive. But I've always sold my cars shortly after I got them finished or close to being done. But I've got a 55 Bel Air 4-door sedan found, and it's priced very, very well. The guy has got a 62 Impala convertible in a shop being restored, and he needs the money, so he's selling some of his projects. He's not advertising them, but anyway, he offered this 55 to me for $1,500, and it has a current title and tag and everything. He keeps all his stuff current. It's black stickered. He doesn't. It doesn't run. It's been setting since the 90s, but it's in a shop. All the windows are out of the car. The tail lights are out of it. The headlights are out of it. The grill's out of it. He was going to do some body work and paint on it, but he just never did it. I'd really like to have that car. So I don't know if that camera is probably shaking around because I got that vibration from that bad tire. So I'm doing 60 right now and I can feel it pretty bad. I can see the sun visor shaking. I can hear the spring or whatever underneath the seat vibrate. So I'm going to have to get a tire probably before I do the air conditioning system on it, for sure. The car's kind of useless if you can't drive it. Anyway, I've been kicking around the idea of selling this car and then going and buying that 55. Just putting the windows and stuff back in it. I think he put red oxide, the old school red oxide lacquer primer on it. So I thought about just putting all the glass trim and all the headlights, all that stuff back in it. Put a new gas tank in it, new aluminum radiator, just put a small block in it. I think it's a straight 6.3 speed on the column. driving them cars. But the harsh reality of my 55, my hardtop, is probably not going to drive that car as much as I think I am because of all the work I've put underneath that car and the chassis and everything, you know. Want to go back home now. I kind of want to stay out driving, but one of my buddies should be off work by now, so we'll go in and play a little Call of Duty. He's a one of my buddies I game with is a butcher at a grocery store in Ohio, and he sent me a picture the other day of the walk-in, and it was like it was empty. So I guess you know, this scare going on, people's, you know, buying stuff, obviously. But I did go when I went to the store a while ago. There was no toilet paper or paper towels on the shelf. So I don't know what the hell people expect you to wipe your ass with later. I'm part Indian, so I'll go out and get a bunch of leaves, wipe my butt with leaves if I have to. As long as it's not poison ivy, it's legal. I got a creek that runs through my backyard, and I've got a bunch of wild onions out there, man. A bunch. I actually just took a batch to my mom and dad up there the other day, but anyway, wild onions, there is nothing better. If you like onions, there's nothing better than wild onions, so I will actually probably be going out and getting some and cleaning them here in just a second. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the ride, and holy smoke, that was a 27-minute long video. Enjoy.